What is going on, Roland Empire? Here, guys, to give you a video. I wanted to do a bit of I think I talked about recently. Yeah, talk about Terminator Dark Fate and how okay that movie I gotta see again. Like I might have said that. Yeah, I didn't enjoy the movie as much, but I still had a good time. I hope, or at least now I do. Now I definitely do. But now I was like, let's just talk about the creams of the crops, the whatever the icing on the cakes is that if that's a term, let's just do this icing on the cakes. I want to talk about what was the movie though that even had that a privilege to have that one. Like where does the thanks come from? Thanks. And you know what? I want to go with Judgment Day. Don't get me wrong. Judgment Day is a solid film. But I want to start with the original one. Makes sense. It's the first of the entry, and sometimes it goes overlooked, but it needs to be appreciated. It needs to be looked and realized it's a good movie. And at sometimes, I think I prefer it. It's a really enjoyable movie, like in a sense. And I'm talking about the Terminator. Wanted to give my thoughts a bit this, and you know, this, if you know Terminator, okay, it's cybernetic organism, a soldier trying to get each other going back in time, trying to save the time that they are in the future with the Connors. This is more Sarah Connor. John Connor comes in the second, which is just again, both movies work in some sort of way. They work, and but still with focusing on this one. But this one we focus on who is the creator of good old John. The one that raised John and all, and within this movie, I just gotta say, I really like it. At the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, this is like the sci-fi it's supposed to be. The sci-fi science fiction that it's labeled on all its, labelings, on the labelings that it is when you want to market this as a genre. But I still can't help to think that this is sometimes a romance movie. This is, a horror movie. This is, yeah, a generalization of an action movie. It's an action movie of how it is within sci-fi. Definitely is that sci-fi action feel. It's a lot of these things, and it all works. I really like Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese's chemistry. I liked it to to how it is, and I like how in the terms of like damsels in distress and all, with the damsels in distress and why can't they depend on their own. Sarah Connor plays the damsel, but still has a nice vulnerability where we see her where we care, where it's likable. It's a way of this kind of design that is done right. And Kyle Reese is a likable character in like the sense of how heroic he is. He's got some dimension to him, like a dimensional way. And when you see the Terminator, which Arnold for what he was cast, good job, and just the way everything with the makeup and everything's designed and the cosmetics and all, really good. But when he faces Kyle Reese and all, what an interesting, just action set piece and all. And, eventually it comes to full blossom with the sequel, but with the original, with the way everything stood in its landmark, just I enjoy seeing these kinds of things. And like, you have moments to, relax. You realize, with a lot of people that are like our main three characters are like, what's it with Sarah? Is she going through some kind of like trauma? And Kyle Reese, is this guy like crazy? Is he like crazy, not crazy? So people question this kind of thing, and it's for what the film is. It's I like those kind of like questions and all. I like the questions where it's nice to kind of give those kind of the things to kind of like think about and all, but realizing what kind of movie this is and just going through it. Also the world building, okay, this is a nice one. You're like, okay, if you want to start a possible franchise, I like the way this one has. It's like Star Wars. Seriously, it's like Star Wars with the way everything was promised, realizing what kind of universe this thing is. But they also focus on the film. They're like, well, we need the first one to be good so we can, make it a successful thing. And it's a nice way. And I get why people go to the second. The second has like the best kind of visual, you think the action is good in this? The action is great in that. But I like the whole like minimalistic, if that's the word, minimalistic of the story, realizing then how personal it is with these two characters having this the cyborg kind of chase them, and then realizing like with how scenes get set up, where like with like Kyle Reese then has to square with all that with Arnie and all, and just good job just by Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn. Like there's a lot of good like enjoyable pieces, but again, like certain things I say for movies, it really is like the focus is on those three definitely. But yeah, good job on Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, kind of giving you likable, believable, just performances, like performances of like what the architect designs are for these characters. These actors, they do a good job. You really you feel for the ride because you care for the actors, and you just, oh man, just the design of everything, the aesthetic, from the themes, from the way just it's shot, just a really good, just, it really is really entertaining, a really well thought out action movie. Like I always say, guys, these are my thoughts and opinions, but let me know, guys, what you thought. How do you compare between, the second and the first? Essentially, these are the best two in the franchise. Are you not a fan at all? And if you're a fan, is it your favorite? Let me know your reasons why you really like it too. It's one of the best ones. I still think it's a very just, man, it's it's entertaining, it's emotional, just a very well thought out of a story. I really do like this movie, guys. So all this in the comments below, and as always, roll an empire, laugh, smile, repeat.